Thank you for your time. My name is Lillian Muli. Time for Fashion Watch. The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Or talk to us on 22422. Our Fashion Watch panelists every Saturday here on Citizen TV. Annabelle Onyango, she is a celebrity fashion stylist, and she'll be looking at the trends we're looking at this week. Also with us tonight is Robert Burale. He's an image consultant and a motivational speaker. He'll be critiquing the fashion trends that we have for you this week. Also with us, Carol Odero, fashion award-winning fashion journalist. And she is with us in studio every Saturday here on Citizen TV. And of course, your celebrity judge, Ian, is with us here. Ian Bogwa, he is a thespian, and he'll be looking at the trends we have this week. Let's see what we're starting with. And we're starting from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, where President Uhuru Kenyatta was in the week that was for President John Magufuli's inauguration. And you see there Raila Odinga as well, and Ida Odinga, as well as Margaret Kenyatta. So this is a bit of a busy photo. And there, of course, President Magufuli and I believe the First Lady of Tanzania. I want to start, Annabelle, with both First Ladies and the interesting element there on the First Lady of Tanzania's kitenge, which is the lesso, which is draped over her shoulder. We haven't seen that previously on the show. What do you think of that look?
What do I think of it, Lillian? I think it's mismatched to her outfit, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with lesso. It's one of our we're proud about it being one of our Kenyan national fabrics. But I think when you're going to mix prints, which is clearly what she's doing here, you have to do it in a more strategic and mindful way. You know, the lesso has green, and there's no green or yellow in the outfit that she's mixing in. So I think when you're going to mix prints, especially African prints, there needs to be more consideration as to how you're going to mix them and whether they consider each other. Our First Lady, for example, she has considered it because her head wrap matches the shawl. So it feels like it's a planned outfit. Mm-hmm. And Uhuru, of course, looks, you know, great in his typical blue suit.
Okay. Carol, your thoughts on the lesso? That look there, what do you think? Fashion statement or total fail?
Well, interestingly enough, I remember going through a phase where I was draping fabric like that over my shoulder with a blazer, and I was surprisingly in uni, so I don't even know I was doing it then. But you know, it was an interesting trend for me. What I think is just exactly what Annabella said. You want the drape to have a relationship with the outfit. They shouldn't be isolated. And in this case, I mean, they're both beautiful fabrics, but it looks more like an afterthought, just throwing that over your shoulder. It's supposed to have a certain kind of elegance to it. And even the fabric is a little too stiff. You know, it should be softer, and it should be able to fall so that you can almost have it draping over your arm, almost like a sari does. So when you're going to do that with a fabric, just pick the right one. Pick something that is softer.
Ian?
Very confusing. Very, very confusing. Total flop. It looks like, I don't know, she'd been wiping something and she put it there and she forgot to take it off, and being the First Lady, nobody could talk to her. It's terrible. Ouch. Terrible.
And finally, Robert, do you have anything nice to say about this lesso?
What I think, unless I'm wrong, I think the lesso is a very important thing in the Tanzanian culture. So what I think is someone just gave it to her quickly for that photo op. But I can bet my bottom dollar she did not leave the house with that lesso. If she did, there's a problem.
Okay, the hashtag is Fashion Watch. What do you think? So this, again, the same photo, and we're looking at Raila Odinga and Ida Odinga and what they chose to wear. Coincidentally, Raila and the president in blue suits. So let's start with you once again, not Annabelle, but Robert. What do you think about this couple's look?
I think it's very good. If I may just talk about Mr. Odinga's suit and tie, they did very well not to wear a red tie because they knew it was Magufuli's day. And blue says, peace, trust me, I'm easy. If you realize, Magufuli stands out with, I think, the red tie and the black suit, red meaning power, it was his day of power. Ida has dressed well for an official state function. She did not go or let me be the African lady, but she went on like, I am going for a very important state function and I will dress the part.
Okay. Annabelle, the blue on blue, the blue tie and the blue suit, this machi-machi, or can this look actually work? Can you actually wear a tie the color of the suit that you're wearing and pull it off?
It can for sure work, especially when you stick to the darker colors like navy, blue, and black, or gray. This is actually, it's so simple, but it's such an effective statement, the blue on blue. It's very smart. And I'd also like to add that the thing with Ryla and Ida is that they're really connected as a couple. Even when you hear them speaking together at events or wherever it is, they really riff off of each other, and you can even see that here. They're obviously coordinating both in blues, but it's not in a corny, sort of cheesy way. And I think these two get it right most of the time, so well done.
Okay, Carol, what are your thoughts? And particularly, let's now just talk about Ida Odinga and the fact that the other two ladies, same photo, are in African print. Chose to go with an African look. This look for her, is it deliberate? Is it aging her? Do you like it?
No, I like the look. It doesn't age at all. In fact, if anything, it makes her look more youthful. Because sometimes when you go with African print, it can make you look about 10 to 20 years older than you generally are. Because a lot of women, when they go African print, they go bigger in terms of print and in terms of size. So it doesn't look flattering. All it does is overwhelm you. And then I don't know if they want to look older. Maybe that's the thing that they want. This look is very simple, very elegant, very modern, very contemporary, and it works for her because it shows that she's, you know, her look is more of a, I am more of a 21st century kind of woman look.
Yeah. Ian?
I totally agree. Ida was the best dressed lady in that picture.
Okay. And what do you think? Do you agree with Ian? Was Ida the best dressed lady in that picture? Use the hashtag Fashion Watch. And let's move on. Okay, so again, our First Lady Margaret Kenyatta greeting the President of Tanzania, John Magufuli there. And we get to see her dress more clearly in this particular picture. Robert, let's talk about this, you know, the handshake, and of course you can see where he's placed his hand. So what does this communicate? This is our First Lady, this is the President of Tanzania. For you?
Obviously the First Lady is our First Lady is a visitor. That handshake is to tell her, you have all my blessings, do whatever you have to do, I got you covered.
Okay.
It's such an assuring posture. The clapping of the hands and holding almost at her the other place of her hand near the elbow. It's actually to tell her, you know what, you're here on my authority. Just do what you want to do. It's just too reassuring. If someone welcomes you like that in the house, you can even go to the kitchen and have some cornflakes.
Okay. Cornflakes. Robert, you were just all over the place with that one. No, seriously. Okay. So let's move on. We're still in Tanzania. Actually, no, this, I'm not sure if this is Tanzania, but this is Diamond. And I want to talk about his green suit and the white. And Diamond is actually one of the best dressed celebrities in Tanzania, but that's arguable. Annabelle, I want to start with this very strikingly green suit, which I don't think we've seen before on the Fashion Watch. What do you think? Did he pull this look off?
Now, every time we talk about Tanzania on this show, things get a little bit controversial, Lillian, because Tanzanians always bring it to the table. They always go one step further, and they always are immaculate in their presentation, especially the people in the industry. And Diamond, even though he's wearing this crazy green color, it suits him so well, and it looks so dapper, and he hasn't complicated it by wearing a lot of accessories. He's just kept it simple, it fits perfectly, and he looks like a star. So Kenyan men, take note.
Kenyan men, take note. Ian, this is a performing artist, so I mean, are they allowed to wear what they want to wear just because it's them? But then again, you know, Diamond is in great shape. What do you think about
Diamond
this?
Diamond is in a class of his own. Not many people would wear that green and look that good, and he has worn it, and he's worn it really, 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 really well. I like it.
Okay, great. Robert?
Exactly what I said in this show some weeks ago, and I think you people almost swallowed me. This is what I call dressing the part and not dressing who you are on stage. Now, if I was an investor and I walked in there, I would walk straight to him and be comfortable with him. But the problem with, and what we need to borrow a leaf from this gentleman is that if you wear a certain attire on stage, don't take it out there when you're not performing.
But he doesn't perform like that.
Doesn't what?
Hardly
doesn't
ever.
perform
Yes,
like
I will
that.
agree
That's
with you.
exactly what I'm saying. He would not be on a video like this. But now, outside his performing acts, he dresses like a serious businessman, for example. And that is the reason he is one of the
That's
most...
not the color of a serious businessman.
No, it is. Now, Diamond does fashion, does style. And I would take him seriously as opposed to some other people who dress some things on stage and then in a corporate meeting they dress the same. And this is what we need to take from him.
Carol, your thoughts?
I say it's a process of growth. You have to grow up and grow into a certain kind of look. And I think I have to say that Kenyan artists are quite timid when it comes to styles. Really, they are. They are almost apologetic about it. They're afraid to take risks. They don't want to go big. They don't want to try something different. And also, part of Diamond's appeal is that he's in such good shape. You know, so this is all part of his brand. So regardless of what he looks like on stage or off stage, there is a certain kind of thing that resonates with his brand that everybody connects to, regardless of how he dresses. So for me, Robert, it's not even about, you know, this is how you dress in the corporate and this is the other look. It's just, it's a process of understanding that how you look can actually bring more stuff to the table for you, even on stage, because even the look on stage has to be considered. It's not just this. Both of them have to have a synchronicity. So if you're going to dress like this, make sure it actually replicates or it mirrors what you look like on stage, so people don't find that there is a disconnect with your brand.
Okay, well said, Carol. And the hashtag is Fashion Watch. What do you think about Diamond's green suit? So we're still in Tanzania. Last image from Tanzania. This is Wema Sepetu, and coincidentally, you know, she's Diamond's ex-girlfriend. So she had this fairy tale wedding, I mean, rather birthday party, and this was last Saturday, and she chose to wear this glitzy gown. And Wema seems to have put on a little bit of weight, but I'm just saying. But, okay, so for the curvier girl, Annabelle, you know, the heavily embellished gown and, you know, the bodice, I don't know, and then it has a train as well. What do you think about this gown? I think she was going for the princess effect. What do you think about this? Too busy, classy, elegant, just all over the place. What do you think?
I think it's all the above, Lillian. I think it's too busy. I think it's too many different things going on. There's the chiffon, there's the glitter, there's the mermaid, there's the high neck, there's the pearls. But even though it's everything happening at once, I think it's what she wanted. You know, I think it's her birthday. She wanted to be the center of attention. She's the ex of a big superstar in Tanzania. And I think when you go over the top, but you do it in a way that kind of you're a diva, then people accept it. So even though typically I would say it's too much, I think she pulls it off.
Robert, what do you think? I see you shaking your head. And by the way, now that we're talking image as well, she got a Range Rover Sport 2015 for her birthday. So is this deliberate? Is this like sort of hitting at, I know, okay, we're digressing because we talk fashion, but just because this was the trending topic, you know, when these pictures were posted, what do you think about this glitzy affair and the, yeah, somebody's asking who gave the Range Rover Sports, we don't know. So what do you think about this entire look and the, you know, fairy tale birthday party?
Lillian, this is the most confused look I've seen in the last 10 years. Absolutely out of order. And if she was trying to make a statement to her ex, it would be actually absolutely uncalled for to try and think that Diamond would be moved by a Range Rover 2015. This is a man who is swimming in money abundantly. So impress him. If you want to get back at him, look good. Range Rover Sports, the guy can bring a jet for you.
Okay, well, let's just, we're gossiping now. Carol, what do you think?
But the look is not good.
I think regardless of her ex and whatever happens in her life, she has her own identity. She's a very, very huge celebrity in Tanzania. Huge. She's really, really big. And I actually like this look for her because it's her birthday. It's like your wedding. You can wear anything you want. It is nobody's business. It doesn't matter how much they critique you. It is your birthday. If you want to wear a cake on your head, you can do it. So Sepetu, good on you.
Ian.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. And I think she got that short person next to her to get the attention of her. Terrible.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's come back to Kenya now. Back home, Sauti Sol and their look. Annabelle, I want to talk about these guys. So he's wearing Timbs, he has a trench on, and he has black on the inside. Is this a win? Did you dress him?
That's always the question. I don't always dress them, but I did dress him in this particular case. The trench coat is a timeless piece that every gentleman needs to have in his closet, regardless of the color. It can be black, it can be gray, but the trench coat is one of those pieces that it just pulls it all together. The turtleneck is another piece that I think men really shy away from, a high neck, but it really sort of adds a lot of sort of class to an outfit. And Savara, he's a superstar, and I'd like to think that he looks like a superstar here dressed by me.
He looks great. Robert, what do you think?
No, he looks fantastic. Not because, Annabelle, you're here, but he's pulled off the look. The only thing I have a problem with, not for him in particular, but for gentlemen wearing chains that hang out on the T. Is that a chain he has, Annabelle?
Yeah, that's a chain. Actually, that's his touch, but I think the chain is his signature thing that he does. And I think you'll find a lot of men on stage, like that's a prominent accessory to show, you know.
Nothing wrong with it, it's just not my cup of tea.
It's a status piece, it's real jewelry, so it shows that there's some money in the bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's great to work with stylists that actually, you know, allow for you to express yourself as well. So that's his touch. Okay, great. Carol, let's talk about the Timbs, and, you know, I see girls in Timbs as well nowadays. Let's talk about Timbs and just how to work with Timbs, whether it's age appropriate, say, for somebody above 35 to do the Timbs, and how to pull it off, because they're trendy, they look nice. I'd like to own a pair. What do you think?
Well, I'm hesitant to say that there is a trend that fits a certain age more than another, because it usually depends on how you can execute it. That's more important than who's supposed to wear it, and because there is no rule book as such, we think that there is one because we see a lot of it in hip-hop music videos. For him, it definitely works. It's a different kind of touch, because you wouldn't expect a look like that to be having Timbs, especially that kind. You know, you would expect something slightly more formal, but this, in the case of how he's wearing it, and because he has the chain, it doesn't weigh the look down, so it has the mix of hip-hop and something formal. And actually, Robert, this is how you blend, because Sauti Sol do it well. Sometimes people find it confusing. What you are like as a performer and who you are like as an individual. There is this weaving in and out in terms of what they wear. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's wearing what and which personality is coming out, but you know, the way they do it, it resonates.
Okay. And Ian, very quickly, this speaks celebrity to you. When you see this guy, you see celebrity. Do you love this look?
Absolutely. Note to self: get myself a trench coat.
Yes.
Just don't get Timbs, Ian.
No Timbs. Or no chain. Trench coat.
Trench coat.
Yeah.
Okay, hashtag is Fashion Watch. Let's move on. So we're going back to the Kalasha Awards, because a lot was happening there. And this is Edith Kimani, beautiful, beautiful on the red carpet. I want to start with you, Annabelle. I mean, this cropped top pressure. I think everybody in Nairobi just needs to hit the gym. I'm telling you. What do you think about this look, this fuchsia, and, you know, just the fact that she didn't go with your contemporary gown, and who designed this, do you know?
Yeah, this gown on Edith Kimani was designed by one boy Kibue of Angel Smile, House of Design. And I mean, this is another, first of all, the crop top isn't going anywhere, clearly. So ladies do need to, like, just get on board, get your abs right. But like, less is more, and this is such a beautiful example of how monochromes and keeping things simple can have such a dramatic effect on the red carpet. Edith, she's an itty-bitty little girl, and this makes her look so regally tall and you know, elongated. She looks beautiful, and I have never seen her look more gorgeous.
You agree, Carol? What do you think?
Well, I agree. This is why, again, celebrities need to start working more with professionals. If you're working with a designer to do stuff for you, with a stylist, then you get to make you look something that's simple and elegant. You don't do a lot, you know, and you let someone else have the headache, and then they prepare the look, and then, like, just walk in and take it, and then you look good, and then you shine. Yeah.
And Robert, what do you think?
Fantastic. Decent, show some skin, not too much skin, fits her body well. Evidently, best photo so far.
And Ian, your thoughts?
I love it. I've also kept on saying that if you're in the media, you're in public eye, a lot of the time you need to get yourself a stylist. Many of them keep saying, but those stylists are so expensive. But I don't know where they got that idea from, because an outfit like that is not really that expensive. About how much is that? If you were to put a tag on
I mean, I don't want to speak for the designer, but it's an affordable piece. This is a piece that a regular person can have.
Exactly. So don't think that they're expensive, too expensive.
Yeah. Okay, so work with professionals. This is a win. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. What do you think about Edith Kimani's look there? This is Muthoni, the drama queen. And red carpet once again, high slit. Okay, I want to start with you, Robert. What do you think?
Slit is too high, if you ask me.
Oh, come
That is my opinion, and I stick to my opinion. That's why we are many here. We can't all say the same thing.
Robert, I have one slit like that on the show.
And you have all gold.
No. Let me be honest. That slit is too long.
For you?
Saying, yes, for me.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's a bad dress. It's a fantastic dress. I love what she's done at the top. Nice chain, not too many things. The earrings are not too big as if competing with the chain. But for me, I'm a great believer of now you see it, now you don't. Yeah.
That's why the slit is there. So when she walks, it's now you see it.
No.
I respect this lady. I love this lady. But let's be honest. Let's assume she takes a sitting position. She'll struggle too much all the time.
Nothing. No way. I don't believe that.
Listen,
I don't
I'm not
believe
saying
that.
her. I was the MC in this function, but I'm not talking about her in particular. I saw some ladies coming in, and they're trying to pull down their short dresses all the time. If you're going to pull it down, leave it at home.
Okay, Mr. MC with a wondering eye.
You know, when you're on the stage, you see everything. Beautiful dress, slit is too high.
Okay, thanks for your thoughts, Robert. Annabelle, what do you think about Muthoni's look? What needed to stay? What could have been done better? Do you like it just the way it is? What do you think?
I like it just the way it is. And I think, of course, I have to disagree with Bob, obviously. We all always disagree with Bob. But I think without the slit, the dress would have looked somewhat ordinary. And I think the slit adds, you know, that sex appeal, a little bit of skin that takes this to sort of the superstar level, which MDQ is. And again, another gown designed by Angel Smile House of Design by Wambui Kibue.
Okay.
And how often do you see Muthoni dressed like this? How often?
She's never. Yeah,
this is the first time.
This is very glamorous for her, and she's pulling it off beautifully.
Beautiful.
Great. Again, you know, just talking about, you know, working with professionals, Carol, and just the difference when we critique some of these images, you can see persons that have worked with professionals, and then you can see the off-the-rack sort of, you know, whatever that someone has on. What do you think about this look?
Well, I love this look on Muthoni because I know in the past when I've seen her, she started out looking more of tomboyish, and then she evolved into something more feminine, but she never really embraced something so sexy. So it's only until now when she's finally, clearly she's found herself, and for me I see this as a step up because it's a sign that you want to evolve into another level. Even her music is going to change once she starts dressing like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ian, once again, just very quickly, Muthoni is a rapper. You know,
love it.
This look on her.
Very different, and she looks very nice.
And predictable. Yeah. Good. Okay. So let's move on and take your tweets now. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. Remember to continue talking to us. That letter of Tanzania's First Lady is overwhelming. Okay. Okay. Our First Lady looks lovely. I don't like the kitenge on Mrs. Magufuli's shoulder. Needs a stylist for sure. Okay, Diamond is daring. His suit is as bright as his music, and it perfectly fits him. Okay, and Calvin, Wema Sepetu looks like a Christmas tree pulled out of a Burble house. A Barbie house. Whoa.
He's too kind. He's too kind.
Okay, the hashtag is Fashion Watch, and as Caro says, it's her birthday. She can wear whatever she wants to wear, just like Annabelle said about her wedding. Yes. Okay, so thanks for watching. The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Please continue talking to us. That's all the time we had. Good night.